You
Hmm.
are you're out of work.
Yep.
You're a single mom of two. You're
Yep.
divorced. You're trying to find your way. You go
Yep.
back to what you know, which is odd jobs paying bills.
Yep.
And you said that at the time you had under what, about 8,000 Twitter followers. So
Yeah, I joined Twitter in 2009 because a friend of mine was like, because I was trying to figure out what the fuck I was supposed to do with myself.
yeah.
And
So how do you make that pivot? Because for and I asked this as somebody who never really figured out Twitter.
I don't know that I ever, I mean, I made the pivot to social media, but it didn't turn into some lucrative real life shit. I was working in a restaurant up until the pandemic closed the restaurant.
Right. But the reason why I'm asking is because
Mhm.
you've been able to still, in spite of that, still cultivate this following and this
Yes.
audience on Twitter in 11 years. You've gone
Yeah.
from about 8,000 followers to over 61,000.
Yeah.
And I know you, and that road has not been smooth, and
No.
it has been fraught at various twists and turns with
Yep.
considerable peril.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, definitely. And maybe someday somebody will buy a memoir from me.
yeah, but I
Uh,
mean, how when you made that turn, I guess what was your approach and kind of what was your mindset?
well, when I originally joined Twitter in 2009, it was very different than what it looks like now, which is something that anybody who joined, because I so many people are like, I joined Twitter to yell at Trump. Well, if you were not on Twitter prior to the moment he descended the gold escalator, you missed prime Twitter. You missed it. It's done. It's gone. We may never get it back, because between 2009 and 2015, Twitter was fun. It was pure fun. Even in 2012, when there was a presidential election, I will tell you right now, not one of Mitt Romney's supporters came for me and called me a libtard kike. So it was a very different, there was still, political discourse online was still fraught with, I don't know, respect and decency, because Mitt Romney wasn't whipping his base into a frenzy. So it was very, very different. And it was a lot of, between 2009 and 2015, I want to say it was a lot of people who were writers and comedians and artists and actors and people who were trying to get their work out into the world. And we had fun. We would joke around. There's a lot of hashtag games and clever wordplay and sharing of cool stories and pictures and whatever. And it was like a fun cocktail party. And I used to compare Facebook and Twitter by saying Facebook is like the family reunion you're forced to go to, and it's not really fun, but you go. But Twitter's the really fun after party that you sneak off to and talk shit. So that's what it was like. And it was just, for me, it was because I felt like, I had a built-in audience from the radio. I was like, well, maybe they'll follow me onto this new social media platform and boost me and elevate me, and I'll get a book deal, or I'll get another radio gig, or I'll get in my own show, or something must come of this, because people on Twitter were getting book deals and they were getting recognition for their tweets. Like, a tweet would go viral and someone would be like, "Oh my god, I got an agent from this tweet." And that gave me hope. It gave me hope that, oh, well, someone will find me too. So that didn't happen, and it kept not happening, and I kept having to, put a life together piecemeal, like a lot of people were doing in Portland, especially, after the crash in 2009. And I was working in restaurants and getting voiceover jobs. I worked as a background extra on the TV show Grimm for 5 years, and I managed to cobble together something that looked like a life. And the only reason I got the exalted blue check mark, because people are like, "Who are you? I've never heard of you. How come you have a blue check mark?" First of all, your blue check mark envy needs to go away. It's really not that big of a deal. The reason I got verified in 2016 is because I got cyber harassed by Trump supporters. And I had a real life incident that spilled over into the internet and went viral in the worst possible way. I got into a fight with a Trump supporter in real life, and he chased me with his car.
I
He
remember
chased me.
watching this.
Remember?
Yep.
So, and he filmed it, and then he put it on the internet, and I got doxxed. And back in 2016, people didn't really understand what cyber harassment was. They didn't get it. They didn't get how scary it is and what people can do to you and what they can do to your family. And, I don't want to go into everything that they did, but they found my brother was like, you need to delete your Twitter. My ex-husband was like, you need to delete your Twitter. And they found my older son's track coach
I say
and
they went
thread.
after your kids.
They went after my kids. They put pictures of my kids on 8chan and 4chan. They made memes where they said that I have sex with my own children, that I sell out, I rent my children to Nazis because I'm a Nazi sympathizer. Because once they found out I was Jewish, even though I'm a
Oh
lapsed,
man.
forget it. I'm Jewish and a single mother. Forget it. The things that I was called, the things that they did with my picture, the things that they did with my children's photos, I can't really think about too much. I really can't,
No,
because
I've
I
no
can't.
doubt.
And so I got because and what got me verified was they made a fake Twitter account that looked exactly like mine with a photo of my house where I was living at the time. They posted the address and a photo of my house with the landline, which was not a viable landline. It was there for my alarm system, and said, "Come find me. I love to fight Trump supporters." And so immediately, like, I reported all of it to Twitter, and to their credit, they verified me immediately. I was able to say, look, I was a media personality in Portland, radio person. I do this, I do that. At the time I was still also hosting events. I No one wanted me to host an event after that,
Oh
after what
no.
happened. Oh, absolutely. Because now hopefully it's like more of a buried thing. But if you Google searched me in 2016, it was bad
Yeah.
because it was, crazy Hillary, crazy Hillary cunt rag did this. And they re-edited the videos to make it look like I was the instigator, that I was the
Hmm.
stalker, that I was doing bad things, which is not true. The guy took me to court.
Right.
He
And,
and
and that's the thing about the internet, especially in the last decade. I was seeing how much
oh
it's not only evolved as far as content, but also how it could be weaponized. I mean,
yeah, it's
and
devolved, obviously.
hey guys, Devin here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and check out the links below for more great original content. Talk to you soon. Bye.